This is Divine Sunshine coming to you today with I want to do an interview with a karmic, especially with all this stuff that's actually going on right now. I'm trying to do it now. I feel like my DM taking all this extra access to shine off to really get an understanding about what is actually going on with the divine karmic from her aspect. So we're looking at the divine karmic. Now remember again, that when we're talking about divine karmics, we're talking about divine feminines who have agreed to step in to a third party situation to help out the spiritual growth of the divine feminine, which is herself, and the divine masculine. Okay, there is also, if you want to call it a soul contract or a karmic contract, that comes into agreement that's saying, you know what, I'll step into you all's union so I can be able to learn things about myself in the process and grow. Okay, so this is an understanding of why we have, I call, divine feminine karmics. Those are the ones that come in and say, I need some spiritual growth. I want to be divine. I want to go into the best possible version of myself and be great as well. So they do that in order to help everybody progress and grow and go to the next level. Now, the purpose of the karmic or the karma situation is because of, again, the intentions and the purpose that you put out. Maybe the way a person is putting out might be unintentionally, or it might be voluntarily or involuntarily. They're doing these things that are not really healthy for the growth of that person. Therefore, you have a karmic situation because there is something that you need to grow and learn. That is why when your person goes into a karmic situation, it is not something for you to feel like almost like the same thing, like they say it's death. And in some ways it is. It's death of a way in which you thought that the relationship was supposed to be. So just like death, they say when they go, it's not supposed to be mourning. It's supposed to be a celebration because they're going back and returning back home. They're letting go of the vehicle so they can grow into a new form. Same thing, just like when we're talking about when a person goes into the karmic situation. And of course, yes, our 3D cells and minds cannot fathom and say, oh, I'm supposed to celebrate that. No, I can understand the difficulty in that, but then you should be in some ways being happy because you're knowing that that person is going into that situation to grow. It's something about you they cannot learn as you as their teacher. The karmic has taken on, thank you for the confirmation, has taken on the charge to say, I'll be that hard task teacher. I'll give him the lessons. Now, a lot of times, if you believe in past lives, sometimes these are people, past loves, past ex-wives, or whatever it is, best friend, sister, brother, cousin, mother, father. They've evolved and decided, you know what, I love you that much. I feel like I'm indebted to you. Let me help you be your greatest form of yourself. And so the bestie maybe from another lifetime comes in and say, I'm going to come in and play this bitch or this evil person or this person that maybe always is playing manipulative, that I'm not going to let you go because I feel maybe in playing that role, you know, is best. You know, I always say, and my mom say, I say art imitates life, but the world is a stage like Shakespeare. And we're just mere players and actors on it. Each one, as we evolve, create a newness, a new flavor, but it's the same characters that are needed in order to help us to truly evolve in that. So understanding and knowing that the situation is a learning. You're supposed to get your lesson and blessing and you check out. Some of us are not willing to let go as fast. Some of us want to stay in it because of comfort. Some of us stay in it because we're trying to make everybody happy. Some of us stay in because we like, okay, we feeling like we got some other mission or family. Most time we do go in there. Some of them have family ties and bloodlines and ancestral things that they're trying to clear up And by them being in it, it helps to reverberate back down the family lines and ties to be, excuse me, booty itching, to change, trying to change everything. And that's what you're here for. You're supposed to create that change, like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror, so that nobody after you has to go through that same things, to change the dynamics, to show a different way. After that karmic situation, you should come out of it more changed. You should come out of it different. You should have a new lease on life and a new way of looking at love, way differently than that is. So that is why sometimes when they go into those situations, it's okay for you to leave them in there and for them to be in that situation, because it's like Kevin Hart said, you're going to learn today. They got to learn. In those situations, we're not happy about it and we pray, but at the same time we know we're supposed to be working on ourselves until then. So that situation helps to change their dharma, their purpose, and it changes from a lesson into a dojo, which is helping them, a lesson that helps them to learn the true way, the true light, the true divine that they are. And that's why I use the phrase divine karmic, because of the role that some of the twin flames have taken on as well. So we're going to take a look at right now the overall things. I had to stop and do my I'm going to say trigger warning, because that was a lesson. So that was like a channel message, a lesson and an opening, so you can understand, because this is a little blowing your mind. And I've told you all this before on this twin flame experience. You cannot go with it with your mind. This is almost like the Matrix. Some of this stuff is beyond, like she said, you can't move the spoon with your mind. That ain't gonna work. You got to take a whole different introspection of how you can be able to clear to do this. And I'm telling you, some of these people that's even on here, that's even on YouTube, that's channeling and saying they understand it, they ain't really, still ain't got it. I'm sorry. I know that because, again, even with myself, even with myself, I have to talk to myself daily. I'm like, I'm not only an advocate of my product, but I'm also a user of it as well. Okay? So that is something, again, it's more to it than meets the eye when you're talking about this. And you got to go with it open-minded. And you got to leave everything that you know and push it off. Like, I take all these cards off the table and start off with a clean slate. Okay? Right now, the overall energy is about this divine feminine karmic. We're going to look at her today. And, you know, we'll see about later on. But right now, this is the thing, because majority of my thing is divine feminines, and I'll work my way down to if there's to the opposite of the divine feminines, and the divine feminines with karmic masculines, divine karmic masculines. So we'll look at this, take a look at this first. This is what I've been guided to look at. So right now, when it was the divine feminine karmics that's in these situations with these divine masculines, they are having hope. She knows that things around her is actually dying around her, but she still has this light here. She understands that it's bright prospects and wishes are like right around the corner. Let me check in with her higher self, and I want to see what's the higher self is higher self's perspective on this whole situation. How is she seeing this? What's going on? Clear. That's a lot. You sure? Here we go. Like, you didn't like that. No, I didn't. That was too many. The apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. This divine feminine karmic is feeling this way. She feels anticipation, because in this karmic situation with this divine masculine, she feels the shift. She feels the coming of the connection of the two. Heaven and earth, my 3D self and my 5D self are now coming together, and I'm now starting to understand that I am divine. Okay, so this is what's going on. Well, even though things are dying around here, this is her only kernel thing that's holding on to her, is that she's saying that she's got this light. What are you working on as far as your divinity by being in this relationship? Let's just kind of look at that. I'm curious to know. Clear. So she's understanding that she's got to become a god of battle. This is Aries, to battle some things. She's in it because she's dealing with some abandonment issues as well. And what I'm picking up intuitively is also mirroring what the divine masculine has. But also they're saying mirroring what the divine feminine has as well. Goddess sensuality. Really moving, and I'm channeling with this one, is moving into her thinking more so about what it truly means to be sensual. Not that kind of showy. Is be surprised if I get the dark mirror out here and they'll show me the one under the stars, where you just showy and you extra and you showing cleavage and butt and all that extra stuff to other people, and you putting on that extra show. But understanding just where I am, t-shirts and jeans and hair wrap on there, it's still sensuality. I'm still expressing, exuding my divinity just like that. I don't need to put on any extra with that. So understanding that she's also, by being in here, what she's practicing is being a goddess of forgiveness. Because I've even known, that's even for my even story on there, but I know a lot of them has got to forgive themselves from being in this type of situation, believing that this was it, in that 3D mindset. This is it. I know this is it. It's like, it ain't no doubt about it. I know this is it. And then finding, and you get into there and say, I feel like I've been sold a pipe dream. Because again, some of them, a lot of times, and they with the divine masculine, that's probably a higher functioning soulmate. That is not the divine mate. That's so, just right there, because we have a connection because of that branch of soul and the birth of those things, of how it branches out. And that's how we feel familiarity, is because we're made of the same cut, soul wise. And she's now moving to understanding those are the kind of areas she's got to do. Now, as you're watching this, and I'm being instructed to tell you too, divine feminines, as you see in there, look and see with an open mind, how are you too reflecting what the divine karmic is doing? And maybe that might give you some ideas and some things that maybe you too need to work on to help to break, they say, break the tie about what abides. The tie that bides, they saying. All three of you are in it, because somebody has got to, again, you all are orbiting, again, these planetary things. You and the divine masculine and this divine karmic, and you are orbiting some kind of way. There's a tie that binds all three of you all. You think about, like, you got a pair of jeans I had, and if you take that string, it unravel, the whole daggone thing could come. It's just that one single string. That's funny. They had sent me something today about take a string and pull it and then put it somewhere, and then say you get miracles that remind you that miracles happen every day, every moment. To do that, I passed it on to somebody like that. I gotta find a string around here too, to be able to do that. And that's one single string is like, because I sold too, holds that whole fabric together. You know, you don't do several things, and if you pull that one thing, before you know it, this start opening, this opening, before you know it, this whole little piece right here that's been sewn together will ravel and go apart. That's the same thing that you have to think about when you're saying about the divine masculine here. This here, I mean, divine feminine, the whole situation with the divine masculine, I didn't misspoke, it really was saying it right. You divine, the divine feminine karmic has got to move into the energies of being that lone wolf. It's okay. She's scared to do that because, again, this abandonment issues that had came up that she's sharing along with the divine masculine that they just channeled and just told me. She's got to be okay with the skin. Sensuality means I'm okay with the skin I'm in. I'm okay with being a dark sister. I'm okay with being African American. I'm okay that my hair is a little thick. I'm okay that it's, you know, my hips are thick, and that thing, that sensuality, you know, that's more for him to grab on the hold to, you know. That's where I look at it, you know. When I walk in the room, everything is accentuated. My hips, my butt, my thighs, everything. It's not, I'm not no skinny sister. You see me. So this is, you know, and that takes time. I can't say even when I was growing up that I had that love of self like that. You know, you get to a point that you get say, I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired of not loving the skin that I'm in. You know, society also puts on those extra things to make you say, you know, not to be accepted of the features that you have. And, you know, and if you got other people around you, and it might not even be body wise, I'm picking up, they're saying even about, you know, what it is to be having this ideology, which is what came in the cards that you seen yesterday for the divine masculine, this false idealization, this false pacification that he's dealing with. And being idolized is what they want. But you know, again, because you are divine, and I say this all the time, just like my friend, I think a lot of times you're going off this feeling and you know instinctively, I'm supposed to be looked up upon. I'm supposed to be a role model. I'm supposed to be an idol. Like the divine means to be up above, a class above everybody. But understanding it's the way you're going about doing it. It's not a snatch and grab and I'm going to make you idolize me by this false identity that I'm putting out here. People will gravitate to you regardless of who you are. Think about Erykah Badu and her ways. She's out there, but it's like either you catch on to Erykah Badu, you like Erykah Baduism, or you don't. You know, you either with it or you're not. I'm thinking about Andre 3000. You know, he's got an interesting kind of way out there. If you like it, you don't. Pharrell, the one that made So I'm Happy. He's like, I ain't no male. He got some kind of millennial, some kind of new term about male. Like, I'm not neither, the way I dress is neither, I don't identify with being female or male. I'm like a blend of both. Okay, you know, so either you get with the bandwagon or you don't. You know, you might say, well, hell, I love that for real. Whatever you do, I'm down with it. Or Kanye, or whatever kind of things that you do, or Beyonce, you know. That style, if that's you, you're going to gravitate wherever it is. Whatever way they put it out there. Beyonce, her two things. You got Beyonce the mother, and you got Beyonce the fierce. Okay, Sasha the fierce. Okay, she ain't crazy. She know that both of them is still Beyonce. The other one she might put out there, the extra one, is the persona, because she knows she gets you all, you know, all hyped up about it. But at the end of the day, Beyonce ain't twisted about who Beyonce is. And she'll tell you right where, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter. I know exactly who I am. That's a persona. What goes on with these karmics is that Sasha becomes the real identity and Beyonce sits back here somewhere. Because of these abandonment issues, nobody has told them, you know, it's okay for you to use that ego to push you out there to do that. But for you to stay in that and say, well, my name is Sasha, and it's like, no, your name Beyonce. No, it's not, my name's Sasha. There's an issue with that. And this is where the distortion is with that, because knowing naturally who you are is the issue. I feel like I'm talking to a couple of you all that's in here that don't know your divine karmics, feminines, and you know, so that's all right. You know, like I told the masculine yesterday, ain't nobody watching but me and you. I'm the only one that knows your truth. So you can go on here and say, okay, I know she's preaching to me. Because again, like I said, all of us in some kind of way, fashion, or form is karmic to somebody. Okay? Might not be with a third party situation. It might just be actually within a situation that will be a person, place, a thing. Maybe on the job, they like, she an itch. I can't stand her. Okay, well, you that person's karma. You're like, well, I didn't think I was, but that's what you are. Okay, so now when we're looking at this as well, because I feel like you need a talking to too, like this, need some counseling. So this is coaching you getting with Twin Flame All Star. Say I give you coaching. I don't just do the cards. But just redo the cards. No, you gonna get coached, because I feel like it's a lot of newbies out here. You need somebody to talk to you as well. So right now, this divine feminine karmic is really trying to wrestle with some things. Really, they've been in beast mode. Like I said, they that Sasha Fierce mode, and understanding, no, I got to get back and be Beyonce knows. Understanding that got to wrestle with that true identity of who you are. She understands that her ultimate goal is for her to be in high priestess. She knows that she has the keys, but it's interesting, the keys that she has look like scissors. In order for you to have the keys for what you want, you're going to have to cut some things out. This is the way I'm looking at it for my thing. She might have been flexible as well, but she looks like to me, in order for her to be in this, she's got to be willing to, she's an open book. She wants to be an open book to people, but in order for that to happen too, she's got to be able to close a chapter. She has been really crying and really upset about this, because I think, again, I would look at this in her soul, in her heart, in her spirit. She already knows that the divine masculine is already has been chosen or assigned or with the divine feminine. Rather he checked out mentally, or they actually physically beaten together. Heard something pop. She's tried so many ways to slant the truth about this situation. She didn't look at herself in the mirror. She didn't cry over spilled cups. She's trying to work on now in her heart chakra and really trying to be able to she's been covering her solar plexus, which means standing in her power and her true identity of who she is. And she's been trying to mask that with her saying that this is my heart's desire, and it's not. She's really trying to self-nurture herself while she's been in this situation, because she's sure enough not getting it from the divine masculine. A lot of times she said with the divine masculine here, she done told him to kiss her ass. She been standing her truth. She done teased them with the body. Look at it, almost like Beyonce, the partition. Let me place this ass on you. And she put it down there, and she sit down, and right there, and when she's sitting down, the butt is all up in his face, and he looking, and him being a sex addict or whatever kind of addict or codependent, he's falling right for it, and he's like, okay, here I go, right back on into this again. And then, you know, it's almost like Johnny Gill said, there we go again, here I come, right back in your bed. Making love. And that's that Johnny Gill song. So they've gone back and forth with that. She calls herself being very vulnerable with it. She knows she's got the divine masculine on his knees, just by her power, just with her standing in her power, just the way she is. What's actually going on in this relationship? Clear. Too many cards. Just give me the meats and potatoes of it. Thank you. She wants these accolades. She wants to be admired for other people. This stems back to this abandonment issues. She knows she's juggling this heaven and earth. She knows she's juggling two things at the same time too. And people are watching her. Some people in disbelief. She can't do this. Thank you. Do she know what the heck she's doing? And she knows she's kind of immature. She's not really well developed in being able, the maturity level to handle this. That's why I higher herself, that she says that she's got to move into the energies of understanding that she is the bridge between heaven and earth. Spirituality and materialism. And she's working her way to understanding that she's got to have a balance between being fully human and fully divine. She's juggling that. But she's juggling this underneath the guise of people watching her. These people are already naysayers, because you can look at their little faces here. They got attitudes already, like, yeah, whatever. Or that, These are frenemies. These are all frenemies that's all surrounding her. She's got the Sage of Wands too. She knows she's moving into the energies of being a knight. She's got to make some actions here too as well. She wants to be in the driver's seat. She wants to be the person who is in authority. But she knows she's got to shield herself for some things that again, she's divinely protected still. And it's interesting when I look at the shield, it looks like a surfboard. She too understands when I see that surfboard, there's a card in one of these things here that represents divine timing. She's got to wait on divine timing for this also to kick in too. What's in the heart of the matter of this relationship is what? Clear. Sure, she got a lot. She understands very soon there's got to be some action going on. Clearly, she got to decide what she wants so that it comes to her now. She knows that she's got to make the effort. She knows that she's got to stay optimistic about that. She got to get her finances and her career in order. She knows she needs to give a relationship a chance. And she knows two things. I get a fork in the road, and this came in reverse, that this person is not her soulmate, or not the one. And she's moving into the action of understanding that maybe another person, or she feels instinctively another person coming in is her soulmate. So let's clarify what's happening very soon. So very soon she understands that she needs to decide, because she needs to be fair. As a divine, and she's moving to be fully human and fully divine, she's got to weigh the pros and cons. She's got to become wise. She's got to move into that queen energy of understanding what things no longer serve her and which one is this new beginning. She's got to decide very soon, and understanding from where her standpoint is now she truly has an understanding that what was glitter is no longer gold. It's fool's gold. Like, I thought this relationship, I said that earlier, was one way, and I got into it as something else. This is not what I imagined. I done tied myself and connected myself to a illusion, a false illusion. I thought this was going to help me to raise up in consciousness and my ascension and raise me up higher, and it did not. So now it's got me drawing up the drawing board and creating a new vision based upon me being now connected with intuition and awareness, because now I understand the why. I got some understanding because Spirit has led me. I've got some enlightenment. That's represented by this light here, which helped me to answer some questions. They helped me now to grow wings, and now I've got an actual platform to grow on. Now there's some of them that's still struggling. It sounds like Kirk Franklin. If you're struggling, some of them are still struggling to understand that they're working their way to now form a platform as to why, and to decide now this is not working. They need to make the effort, because in their emotions and where they are, to be honest with you, this divine masculine is still making the effort. But this divine feminine is saying, I ain't falling for it. I'm really checked out. Now, this is what this divine feminine Karmic said. He's trying, and she's kind of got like a kind of look. We've all been there. Somebody hug you, like, I'm kind of, no. This is over for me. You know, that's nice. Like, you really had an argument with somebody and they hug you afterward. I'm sorry. You're like, she's at this point of not wanting to make the effort because of this checked out look, kids. Because right now it's chaos and conflict right here. this isn't going anywhere. It's not going to move any further. Every time they try to move forward here, to me, I always see this card. When I see these things are literally crumbling. It's like having a pair of shoes. I mean, one time I had a pair of shoes on. I went over there in High Park. I live in Chicago. And they were I hadn't worn them in a long time. And them were my favorite shoes. I had some cute little pants with them. And I remember I was across the street to go get me some pastrami sandwiches for Mom and I at that time. And the more I walked, the more that sucker was going apart. It was cute little platform shoes. Sucker was loosening in one part, and then the other part it was. And before I know, I say, Lord Jesus, just please, I could feel it just loosening. The heel was going. The part of the front, the last leather part that went over it. And I was like, Lord Jesus, just let me get into the car. Lord Jesus, just let me get into the car. Let me just get into the car. And then I take my shoe off, and then I drive with no shoes on with the pedal. I had worn them, but them was my favorite. Now I didn't know they was going apart pieces like that. That's the same thing like this. You can keep on trying, but at the same time, it's going to crumble. It's going to a little bit at a time. It's going to crumble at you. Like Mom had said earlier, I talked to you about my mom's perspective about this third party and what would she talk to if her son was in this position. And it was like, you can keep on at it, but at the end of it, it's going to take something away from you. This same thing when we talk about chaos and conflict. This person understands that there's nothing around in an environment to support them on this new move that they want to make. There's nobody there to help them, because really, to me, the people that's around here, you got naysayers, they're frenemies anyway, and some of them is glad it's you. I got to think about Les Brown said sometimes it don't make no sense to tell your problems to, because half of them, 10% of them don't care, 10% of them is on their own problems, and 80% is glad as you. I was 10% is I'm like, damn. He's like, that's just how people are. So my thing is chaos and conflict. Why make the conflict? Again, unfinished symphony. She knows two ways, and I'm getting a fork in the road with this. It's unfinished business with the divine masculine, and she knows within her is some unfinished business about who her person is as well. She understands about being in this party. She keeps on trying in this situation. She is playing herself small. Her old ideologies and reasoning skills as to why she was put into this situation is now falling apart. Things have to die off. She's been parroting everybody else for the longest of time. Oh, okay, I see Beyonce did it. Okay, I see Beyonce did it. So then that means that, Beyonce forgot Jay-Z, because I feel like this person's like a real, she might be a real fan of Beyonce. I don't know why I'm picking this up. But anyway, Beyonce forgot Jay-Z. She just went out and just made the Lemonade album, and then they had children after that, so maybe I just keep on going. But see, again, you parroting everybody else, but you don't know what Beyonce and Jay-Z did. I don't know, they went for counseling. Maybe they felt there was a need that it was supposed to. Beyonce and Jay-Z might be already blessed and ordained by God, and God said, I already put a stamp on that. That's my divine feminine and divine masculine. They supposed to be together. They can rough all that and have outside people, and they supposed to be together. I didn't give you the sign of the cross and you must say, I bless you, my child, on this one. I got somebody else already prepared and ready for you. So again, you using other people like that is the parrots. Say, I'm mimicking what other people are doing, is not helping you for your situation. Understand, here it's time for you to have your bags packed here. You understand that. Okay? You're trying to stay optimistic about this situation. Because again, you have your eyes on the prize. You, divine, feminine, karmic, have an idea as to where you actually want to go. You want to level up. You know that you honestly have a lot that you want to give and you want to contribute to the world. You're like, I'm the bomb.com. I got a lot of ideas about how I want to contribute to this world. Okay? So you know that right now, where you are, you need to start cleaning up some stuff. You need to start showing some people the doorway You need to start cleaning up some things. Okay, thank you. The doorway. But one of the reasons why you can't do that is because your finances. Let's take a look at this. So what's going on with these finances here? You got to come to the point of understanding that you're the co-creator of your finances. You got to look back and see about what things, as far as ancient ideologies and philosophies that you have built on money. It could be how your parents were. You know, some of them might have trained you to be like a, I was about to say like a gold digger. Maybe, you know, you marry well. You ain't got to worry about a child. You going to be set. That's old ideologies. You know, he do all the money. You know, you just get you a nice little paying job, just make your needs. He gonna do everything. Okay, now I'm ready to check out of this marriage. I'm ready to check out of this relationship. Now look at me. I ain't doing nothing but working, be a little small 9-to-5 job or whatever. I'm a Walmart greeter. And that ain't paying me that much because I thought I was going to be set for life being here. But if you divine, you ain't got, let me shut up. I'm about to say you ain't got no business being in no Walmart greeter. But anyway, I don't know why I picked that up. Anyway, so wherever it is that you ain't got now, it ain't sustaining you. Okay? So now you got to walk this fine line. You got to get smart about it. And you got to get some stamina about it. Because again, this new beginning that you have is based upon old philosophies. This is fossilized. That ain't going to work there. You need to get into your masculine energy here. Which means, again, you got to learn how to be a doer as a divine feminine here. When it comes to these finances. And notice this also look like he's releasing. So you got to release the divine masculine energy as well, because this divine masculine energy is stopping actually your ability to be prosperous or abundance by being in this situation. You want somebody who has an exchange of gifts here, which means an exchange of energies. It's a flow. It's a back and forth. Again, being with this divine masculine, he has stopped your flow of abundance, because that's not the one. That's not the one that when you all synergize and you get together, it helps to create that. Plus, right now, your mind, to me, when I'm picking up and they're telling me too about your flow, because you're in this situation, is not helping you to get into that mindset. Number 3, they're saying you want that right person to be at your side while you trying to grow and glow. Especially financially, you want to be that power couple like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Then you know you masking your emotions by here and really being in this situation. You dancing to somebody else's tune. This is like a jack in the box, like a music box. I crank it up, and then that means you dancing to somebody else's tune. You call, you say, "I'm being flexible." No, you're not being you. So this here, by this financial issues here, is causing you to have this fork in the road, because again, it's like, okay, well, I am a Walmart greeter. I ain't making that much but minimum wage. I done married this guy. I'm looking for him. I'm going by what my parents told me. My parents and my family told me, you know, he make the money. He a manager or whatever it is like that. And so now I'm living off of him, and now I'm ready to go. And I'm like, Officer in Jim, I ain't got no place to go. And Lou Gossip Jim talking about, you got to get out of this army. I ain't got no place to go. I ain't got no place to go. And it's like, okie dokie. Now, so you done messed up. So now you got to get into the mindset of give your relationship a chance. Now, some of you divine feminine karmics, they have already found, they're saying they have already found a other suitor. They either feel it, or either they have already been met with that person, or they've been meeting secretly. That's what they telling me. I've been meeting secretly with that person. He been in there long. Matter of fact, let me even take it a step further. They said, I went in there already knowing the guy, and I still went in there messing with the divine masculine. I hear everybody, I hear amen out there already. I hear they all talking, are you baby? You can write down the comment section. Amen, I already know. And when I know you say amen, that means you already know that is already, they have somebody. Okay, and they walked in and still, because again, within you, divine the divine feminine karmic did not feel like they was worthy at that point, because they still working with this stuff, this abandonment. They almost feel like, I'm not going to get myself invested in anybody like that, because in case they abandon me. So when they do leave me, I'm like, well, hey, I wasn't that invested in you anyway. I didn't like you in the first place. That of fact, I got so I got Stanley waiting for me around the corner. So put your box to the left, and so don't worry about, because as soon as you leave, Stanley about to pull right up in here. How about that? So they're like, okay, you think you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you back. So, you know, this is, I don't know who I'm channeling, but this person like they some Beyonce. So you talking about boxes to the left on this one. So again, they waiting on fates to make this, align this. They like, I'm going at this blindly. Because truth be told, I done looked at my soul, and I understand I'm at the point here now, in order for me to give this relationship a chance, I got to let go of this mask. I got to become wiser. And yes, Stanley is my soulmate. I know this. I knew this from the beginning, but I was scared. Now me being in this situation with you, Divine Masculine, I got to understand it and now know that Stan is the man. Okay, we got my heart chakra going. Okay, so this being in this, the heart of the matter, being in this relationship here, is helping the divine feminine karmic go the distance with this person. Although they don't have anything to go with, but they want to cross the finish line with this soulmate, Stan the man. Because again, they have changed themselves spiritually. Zebras represents freedom, independence. A part of, I see y'all sunshine circle, y'all getting happy. That's the inside joke. We know why. Again, you want this union with yourself, with this rightful person, which is your soulmate. You moving into that energy and understanding. So that's why now this is the heart of the matter. Let's look and see. It's fine. This is an hour. So you, whatever it is, you want to take a break or whatever, you can do that. Because I can tell what this was. I want to go through this thoroughly. Clear, so you could get an understanding this mindset of this person. And if you are a divine feminine karmic yourself, really, like I say, don't nobody know it but me and you. Okay, that's all in the knows. I know this. You know what role you playing. See, that's why I have some of y'all getting upset about that. I don't like you using the term divine karmic, because it ain't no way that I am any divines is karmics. Myself and Benita, we looking at each other, and those that know and saying, oh, really? Okie dokie. So you just told your growth right there in that sentence right there. If you living and breathing, and you live on the planet that's called Earth, which is a learning planet and a teachable planet, guess what? You dealing with some karma. I don't care who it is, family members, the baby, the dog, the cat, the car, the job. You getting slammed with it. Ain't no way. The only way you don't get no karma is if you die, if you dead. And then trust, believe, you probably dealing with that to make your choice to see, okay, if I come back, do I want to deal with that over again, or do I feel like I have cashed out on that karma and I have really paid that debt? So right now, the three major areas that this divine karmic is dealing with is her spirituality, which is again the downloads. This is 7-7 here, which is spiritual completion, which is comes to the number 14. That's 1 is unity. Also 4 standing in power, and it reduced down to the number 5, which is change. So change in her spirituality. She already said at the beginning, I am bridging the heaven and earth together. Okay? Heaven and earth together, and bringing it together to understand again that she is also fully human and fully divine. Like some people say, I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Someone say I am spirit, and then the human is just the vehicle. It's like the opposite. It's like, you know, it's that the spirit is really like a person, like a drone telling the body what to do. It's like, it's the opposite. I am spirit. This ain't nothing right now. What's been channeled and talked to me is coming straight from my higher self. That ain't nothing. It's telling me to scratch my head right now. It's like a puppet, like that. So my thing is understanding that is how you getting the downloads to understanding about your spirituality. Also, self-love. This is wonderful. Self-love, as far as you got the color orange there in your sacral, which is understanding how are you relating to others. Is it healthy? Are you putting up healthy boundaries with things like that as far as your self-love? Are you understanding also how you're manifesting things? Because you already said you got financial issues. Again, you're working at Walmart as a greeter. Again, that ain't nothing but minimum wage right there. Now you talk about you trying to divorce. See, that's again another thing that's holding you back from you making the next final step. But if you love yourself, you will say, damn this. You get into the position of this card here where you're saying, I know I'm going to stay optimistic. I got something I can offer the world. I can offer this divine masculine, and I still have my eyes on the prize, and I still want to ascend and go to the next level. You got to be and learn how to communicate that. This is the color blue here, your throat chakra here as well. So again, what I'm seeing here is the colors here right now is purple. Do crown if you are the divine feminine karmic that's in these situations. Again, only you and I know about this. I would say again, do some crown chakra. Learn how to again to here. Next thing, do some sacral, do some throat, because you need to find power. And find voice in order to practice self-love, because again, a lot of your people, these friend enemies that's around you, is going to be trying to portray and tell you that what you're doing right now is that's selfish. Stay with that man. He all right. He ain't hurting you. He ain't beating you. He ain't doing X, Y, and Z. And who knows what's going on behind the scenes? But you're like, yeah, but my heart ain't in it. Don't my heart matter about anything like that? I think I watched something like that in the what was it? It was, I could see a little girl. Oh yeah, Willow Smith telling her father Will Smith when she was finished with my hair back and forth, and he was like, we done signed a big contract for all these countries and stuff. And she's like, I'm finished. He's like, okay, baby, okay, do this once, do the concert, and then you finish. She's like, no, I'm finished. Little girl, where she was when she came out with that. He's like, nah. He said, you gotta do that. And she's like, don't what my heart said mean anything? Because my heart not in it no more, Daddy. And so then he was like, so he made her went on out there. Next day and following day, she shaved off all that damn hair. That's the point of her talking. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back. She ain't had nothing to whip then. he said, I got the message then. She's like, you ain't heard me, so I'm going to have to show you. This same thing about the communication, verbal or nonverbal, that you have to tell people, no, I love myself enough. It's not enough love here. I don't care about that. And then you going to marry him then. That's it on that. And I'm telling you right now, that ain't going to work because he already spoken for. So, sometimes that's, what, to be honest with you, I got a email from Spirit saying that sometimes that's why they want you to keep it in, because some of them want them for themselves. Like, ooh, I get to see him. I get to look at that divine mask. because them divine masks are helping me. Jesus, they some fine specimens. I'm sorry, baby. They fine. They is fine. I don't know what that is. Got that extra charisma on there. They just as cute and handsome as it can be. That's from my dad on for that one. I'm telling you, y'all tell my dad all the time. This is as cute as can be. Man, oh man, they put that on that, like all the way through. This is handsome. They put some extra. I say you spend some extra time on them divine masculine swords. I seen you and I like your handiwork. Yeah. Sometimes I look at my divine master and say, damn, I look good as a man. God, dog. Woo! Lord have mercy. God, don't say that. I said, well, if we get together, I'm going to say that all the time to him. I look good as a man. He be like, what the hell you talking about? Now, you heard what I said, and knowing him, he be like, you crazy. But then he might adopt it too. Well, I look good as a woman. I know. I can't wait for that day to tell him that. Well, I know I look good as a man. By God, I do. All right, so anyway, relationship changes here. That we got a joke on this thing. We don't do it, baby. Half of us be crying and underneath on the floor. I hear you say amen. Amen. What about the little angel thing? Amen. On that. So relationship changes. So again, you got to communicate this. You got to let people know. I told y'all, stop posting on the damn Facebook about you and Bae at the 4th of July picnic, all snugged up on there. If you're making your exit, start making your signals, send the smoke signals, forget the fireworks or whatever the fireworks, to let people know. Oh, that's my brother. So when I see my dad's name up there, I forgot they got same name. Anyway, I'm like, okay, Dad. But anyway, send the smoke signal to let people know, listen, it's changing. I don't care about these damn naysayers. Anyway, they ain't gonna be there regardless. Anyway, I had plenty of people say they was in relationships, turned divine. Same people ain't around. Around there, they don't even know your name. Forget cheers. I want to go where everybody knows your name. Do 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 do, and they always glad you came. You want to be where everyone knows your name. You want to be where everybody knows your name. Forget it. You ain't gonna get that. Cheers to yourself. Clear. That taps into that abandonment issues where you scared to be that lone wolf. Learn how to be your own person. Because again, this is your shadow work. You got to work on the divine feminine karmic. Has got to work on this. You are being somebody who you're not. You all are kind of mimicking, because I could have sworn this card came out for the divine masculine several times. You are being somebody who you're not meant to. You are taking up a cause that ain't yours. You taking up this family crest or the Excalibur. Getting it out the damn rock, and you really saying, why am I getting this out this rock? You really tell you the truth, this Excalibur could actually stay right up in this stone here, because I'm talking about, I'm doing this in the name of the Alexanders. I'm doing this in the name of the Bookers. And somebody was like, you know, that really could stay in there. I don't want that. I don't, not that. I don't want to keep on putting up that charge for the Bookers. That sword right there could stay right there. I don't want that. No, not at all. I don't want that. That ain't my charge. I got a different kind of. Oh, it's getting dark. I do want that. Hold on a second, Dad or whoever this is in here. I'm talking about the wrong sword. I ain't got no problem to do it for the family crest. I have no problem standing for that. So you ain't got to make things get dark up in here. So I got that. Let me take that back then, because they corrected me on that. Yes, I do want the charge, because I want to change the whole family dynamic by being a divine twin or a light worker. I got that. So let me speak for somebody else, for the Knowles. So this person, I want to do it for my own quest. I want to change my own family for the Knowles, not for the Johnsons. Okay, they don't want to do that part on there. Okay, Jesus Christ. I mean, this place got dark up in here. I got to watch my... April ain't never lied. They coming in here turning down my iPad. Okay, I'm sorry, Dad. So my thing is, we don't want to, and the ancestors and grandma and everybody here in them, we don't want to be doing that, okay? You don't want to be taking up somebody else's charge, and you know that is not something. You're not practicing your own integrity when you actually are doing that, okay? You're becoming somebody that is unrecognizable, and this does not seem like it's you. What's going on with you? Oh, I thought this box was going apart. What's going on with you as far as your karmic actions? Clear. Divine feminine karmic. Jesus Christ, I'm going to turn the thing down. I'm sorry. You right? Watch my terminology. I do want to change. You right? You right? I stand corrected. You see how them ancestors come there and correct you on cue? Like, change that right now. Yes, I do. So, oh, Lord, the 3 of Wands, this action right here. You know this man is becoming divine. You still in your karmic actions there. You letting this man stimulate you. That's because you all got this built here, this 3 of Wands. It's the codependency. This is what I'm reading right here when you talk about this codependency. You trying to find your bliss, but you got it. I see this yellow here. You trying to stand your power and you have your own identity, but you letting this man stroke you. And we stroking. That's what I do. And we stroking. Yeah. Let me watch it, because before I know he been turned it off. But anyway, so You ain't seen all the cards already, Dad. So I don't, I don't be kind of half doing. But anyway, between you and DM. But anyway, I don't feel he here right now. I think it's you taking over. So my thing is again, yeah, it's here. Okay, so my thing is right here that you are allowing the divine feminine, karmic. You're allowing for the divine masculine to keep stimulating you, to get you off, to keep getting you in there and luring you back in, with whatever pleasures and stuff, like the money, like, okay, I know you need help with your bill. Yeah, I do. And it's kind of luring you back into that. I just got a thing that, thank you, I heard them. They said, listen here, just because she's using, that's my co-host, that's the angels that confirm when you hear that, because I don't have no remote control to guide it to make them sounds at the same time. So I'm making sure I'm saying it. Just because I'm using divine feminine energies does not mean that this is only the feminine or the female human we're talking about. This could be also if you're a male and you have divine feminine energies. Remember, we swap. They say, please say that. We swap energies, because right now I could be talking to you for my divine masculine male self, and my divine masculine or my partner in crime here, my other half, is in his feminines right now. He in his fields. Well, ooh, I don't know about that. I have to check that out. He might be in his fields. He might be in his divine feminine energies right now. We swap, okay, depending on what it is that's going to happen, actually happening. So right now I could be the divine masculine and he could be the divine feminine energies. I mean, it depends on what it is and the occasion is. So really, to me, the males, human males, if you got genitalia that is in a form of penis, this also pertains to you too. So don't just look at it and just say, well, that's the feminine stuff. Okay, I'm using that reference because it's much easier and it keeps the gender much easier, but you can understand that could be the opposite for you as well. So understand that relationship dynamics has got to change too, and you got to manifest this. This is actually the manifesting chakra. Manifesting chakra is located right here. It's above the solar and it's below the heart chakra. It's right here. Okay, I haven't seen anybody do any manifestation chakra things. I throw that challenge out to Jupiter 1111, about to put my thing on it. Jupiter 1111 to create. Maybe she said, well, I am doing it when I say the root chakra, but there's a chakra right here. I know that for a fact. We got other chakras. I've saw the guru say the other day we got 1,400 chakras. I was like, excuse me? I only know about the 31 or actually the 12. Where this come from? Excuse me, where this coming from? So what is this divine karmic here, feminine, thinks about the connection right now? Clear. Yeah, we're going to go over. I wanted an hour, but I see we're going to go over because I'm talking and coaching and helping you all with these analogies right now. What's going on right now is now, is this yours? It's still, y'all got to let it go. Ooh, Jesus, Lord, that's why you need divine intervention on it for real. The divine masculine is still nurturing and helping out to get his nurturing from the divine feminine. She's still open to it. She wide open to it. See, the divine masculine got his legs closed, so he ain't really in no open position with it, but he's got blue on, so he's working on his communication. The divine feminine karma is working on her chakra and then her bliss, and he's working on his bliss too. Both of y'all at the head working into that. You got your shield down, your sword down. You got 2 cups there. And you got a wand in a material thing. But it's saying in some ways, when I look at it, it's 2 ways. It's like, this is what you see that you want. Your divine masculine, not the divine masculine that belongs to somebody else to actually be. You got the one of pentacle, Ace of Pentacles in here. Okay, let's see fires right here. What's life changes got to happen? You got to be able to welcome in the new. You got to welcome again. They got the purple here, the downloads that's coming in. You got to eliminate some things, and you got to let spirit help to blossom you. Self-employment. You might use with this day and time here, instead of you working for Walmart as a greeter, you might have to find yourself now moving into the energies of following your own bliss by getting your own job and being your own person. You also have to find a way in which you are opening up and transforming your sacral, which means how you are able to find your sacral, which is how you are able to relate to others, have healthy relationships, also have your boundaries up to say no, and then also how you're creating things. And then you got this windfall. Things got to change financially for you too. Again, you got to let spirit guide you and give you downloads as far as how you're going to make some more money. Because see, spirit ain't going to put you in this position and then you're not going to be able to move because you're like, this ain't my rightful place. So I definitely know, source, you got a way to get me out of this. You know, I can't pay for this house that him and I got. I can't pay with where I am. I can't with the kids or whatever the situation is as well with the kids involved. I can't do this by myself like this. So I definitely know you supplying me with something, source of spirit. Understanding that you got to surrender. What things does source say you got to surrender right now? Clear. Hello, I'm sorry, I'm back. I had to answer that because that's my mom's for her medications and stuff. Okay. She says you need to, the next one, source says you got to surrender to the wisdom of your body. So understanding that, you know, some of you all, you probably are getting some type of bodily things. Maybe you say, oh, it's ascension. And it's like, no, it's your body's telling you it's enough. You know, you're having gas, digestion issues. Most of that time when you have that, that means something about what you're in, you're not being able to take in. You're not understanding. You're not being able to digest what's actually going on because it's not for you to digest because it's time for you to release and let it go. You know, it's all different kind of things that you could Google when you're having issues to see what does it spiritually connect to. this is what they're saying. They say, listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. You feel physically drained or uncomfortable, is be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Some of you all are, and I've been there, and I know with that you all are physically drained. You feel uncomfortable. You're fatigued every time you come around. That's a signal to let you know that that's pretty much it for that person. Okay. Clear. What are you destined for? Diligence. So this divine feminine karmic is destined for diligence. That means to go the path and stay up high and ascend. For you are destined to be delightful, to be delighted. Everything shouldn't be so hard. Because being in this situation, I can feel the heaviness and how hard it is. You're destined to have and find courage. Ooh, this is beautiful. I love that sunset there. Even emotionally, even when things become hard and it seems like the waves are crashing and it's hard for you to go with the flow of things, you need to find courage. And it's a voyage. Voyage meaning that it's time for you to take on a trip to some place that you don't know, which is the twin flame journey. You don't know where it's leading you, but you know it's all for adventures, new places, new lands, new people that's going to be there to help you along. Hopefully that person will be your divine masculine that rightfully belongs to you. Where does Source see that this is actually going? Clear. Well, Source sees you got 6 of Wands, which is something that has to do with this home life and it's changing for you. Okay, you got the 10 of Cups here, which is really leaving and starting all over again. So that means you kind of like kicking the divine masculine out out of the bed. So ain't no more, let me just touch you, let me just see it real quick. No, ain't none of that stuff. It's over. I told you, start cutting the course, deuces, let them get this signal. Because again, and this ain't the same guy here, right here. This is you now leading on to being here, right here, which is the 9 of Wands, which is you really cutting loose here. Well, I say, somebody say the Lucy Lou card, where you really actually letting it go, and then you with your rightful person here that's giving you pleasure. This is what Source is saying is seeing it move to. Okay, that's the overall energies there as well. Now this is for this energy of these ones that everybody's saying they feeling union, they feeling something. So I'm talking to this karmic here, and this could be any time that you're watching this video too as well, because I didn't watch the video a year from now, 3 years, clicked it and came up on the timeline. So again, you know, when it comes to, can I just have one card? Just one card. Thank you. When it comes to it, it's prevalent, it's fluid. Any timeline here. To me, it's again 5 of Wands here, which is changing your actions. Get rid of the overall actions that they want you to do is, you know, be your own person on the stage of life. It doesn't matter if they're giving you accolades or not. Some of you all have got to get rid of the three ring circus. This madness that's going on with these clowns, these people that's on here doing all these acrobats, these high wire acts, taking risks that don't need to be. That's not part of you. When I see this painting here, it reminds me like how my dad always sends me like spiders and stuff. You are the architect. You are the designer. Like my friend Reverend Kevin Ross made a book that said you're the designer of your life. You are the designer. You design it. You create the picture that you want to happen. You've got to be that co-creator, as it says there. And I don't know what kind of things here. This what kind of animals these is here. I have no clue. It's them. They ain't no rats. I don't know what that is. But anyway, you create your own view. Let the circus go. Let this 3-ring thing here with the clowns and the divine masculine and these frenemies that you're trying to put on the show for them, let it go. Because when at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you the only one that is actually the center of attention or the solo act. And you shouldn't be afraid of it because of the abandonment issues that you had when you were younger or as a child. Because again, they keep telling you it comes down to you, me, myself, and I found at the end. That's what I found out. This person like this Beyonce. You know, I'm gonna be my own best friend, be myself. So you go ahead and blast all that Beyonce, go all the way to Destiny Child and bring yourself all the way up to the front on this here, because you're gonna find some things, and hopefully you're gonna find yourself telling him to the box to the left, everything you own to the box to the left. That please don't touch. That's my stuff. Please don't touch. Keep on walking this time. Because Stan the man is waiting as soon as you leave. Stan the man is coming. All right then. If you like a love letter, I'm so bad. I know y'all laughing at me. And I'll be combining to put with the other one. If you'd like to have a love letter with me, please make sure that you check out my love letters that I have, that readings, that is $14. You can find out what's in the heart of your divine counterpart, especially if that'll help you to give you some motivation to actually make the move as well. A lot of times with this things, when you get your readings with me, they are very brutally honest about their feelings, about how they got into the situation, how it even occurred as well. So make sure that you get your reading as well, so you can get an understanding of what your divine counterpart is thinking, if you're trying to decide about you actually making any moves, making the move towards them and leaving the situation that you are in. All right then, until next time, I'll put the commercial afterwards so you'll get that. All right, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Love you.